I think I'm alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think I'm alone now. Oh,
That was that's my mom's favorite song.
all right.
The beating of our hearts is the only sound.
Is that there were two singers that came out like right around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a blonde and the redhead, and I can't remember which one sang that one. Now I gotta look it up. It's Debbie Gibson?
You're Debbie Gibson.
I might be, but no. I think I'm alone now. And then I think Debbie Gibson was the one that was in Playboy too.
Nice. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button.
Oh. Yeah, so back to my previous question. How far is Dollar General?
I don't know.
Do you know where you're at?
No, I just don't know where the closest like dollar store is.
Oh.
No.
Okay. So it's not Debbie Gibson.
I thought
Tiffany, the redhead one. That's
Tiffany's.
Yeah, and she was the one. I'm pretty sure she was in Playboy.
There's got to be a way to get this to pair. There's no possible way that in 2022 a Lenovo laptop won't sync with fucking
just regular Bluetooth. Yeah, go to your Bluetooth settings and see if you can connect them. Or see if they even show up.
That was the problem, is they weren't even showing up before. Oh, and now my computer takes for fucking ever to do anything.
Can you plug them into your computer somehow, like the case or something?
Oh, actually, yeah. I might be able to. Paired to the flip, remove device, remove.
I'm really alone now. Alex is blurry in the fucking background.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know if that's how it goes, but I'm going to allow it.
Okay. Add device.
Enhance.
This computer was like a budget computer when I bought it.
Yeah.
And could like barely handle Windows 10, and then it got forced into upgrading to Windows 11, and ever since then it has been basically a worthless piece of shit.
Just booty, right?
And the fucked up part is, like, I get why Apple forces updates onto its own devices, forcing Apple people to buy new Apple products, because they actually make the product and the software.
Right.
Like, Microsoft doesn't benefit from forcing me to buy a new Lenovo laptop.
No, but they force you to probably do something. Who knows what it is, but they're they're dicks.
Ugh.
Oh. I mean, like, that's what I use as a MacBook, and it's just a fucking MacBook Air. It's like the cheapest version you can get, and I just upgraded the fucking storage space on it. And like it fucking does fine. Connects to all my shit. I only use it for this and the YouTube videos, and I don't even upload from here anymore. I've been just copying it to a flash drive and using the school's internet because it's like 1 billion times faster. It's literally like by the time I'm done typing the description, the video is posted.
Okay.
Whereas at home, it's like minimal an hour to upload, if not 2.
Oof.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking, yes, school sounds much better.
Yeah. And then I figured out that I connected my Skype to the school computer, so I also download it from there. So I download it, put it on flash drive, put it on my MacBook, make the fucking video, put it back on a flash drive, and then send it back with the school's internets.
Fuck.
It stopped echoing, whatever you did. I don't know what you did, but it's not echoing now.
Allow Bluetooth devices to find. Yes. 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 Okay. Fuck. This is why people in show business troubleshoot their shit before they get all excited about how their shit's definitely going to work.
Right?
I was like, oh, this is definitely going to work just fine. It's not. Fuck.
Let's see. Yeah, so it was last week. Last week I was super high when we were on here, and I was just watching the pre-show. I'm like, dude, you're so fucking high.
You were just like,
I'm just munching on licorice and shit, and just I didn't fucking care. And then so I'm looking at myself now. I'm like, yeah, clearly not high. I mean, maybe a
clearly.
little sleepy,
Yeah.
but other than that, like, this guy's at least mostly here.
So Gabe definitely
Oh
thinks
my
that birds aren't
God.
real.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. It took him a while because he's like, what are you talking about? I'll go catch one right now and cut it open for you. Is that what you want? I'm like, yes, I will give you $1 if you can go catch a bird right now. He was just like, I was like, yeah, exactly. And then,
Exactly.
and then I don't remember. I just started playing the videos from Birds Aren't Real, birdsaren'treal.com or whatever their website is. And he's just like, is that real? I'm like, yeah, but birds aren't. And he's like, huh. And then I was like,
what the
hey,
fuck?
you better cover that fucking camera on your laptop over there before the government finds you that way. And he's like, oh shit, you're right. I'm like, here, take this Post-it. So he covers it with a Post-it. Yeah. It's my job is so much easier when I just stick to trolling him. It's just
You need to make right. It's like you said Troll Tide today in the group chat. I want it's the elephant
Ding!
of the Crimson Tide, but he's got a troll head with big ears, right? You can keep the ears almost the same and shorten the nose into like a troll. And he's running with a T on his chest instead of an A. It is Troll Tide.
I'll see if I can do it.
Oh,
that would be really funny.
Hey, I have that jacket.
Hey, I have that jacket.
I fucking hate movies.
I'm tired of this shitty ass movie.
I want to be in a shitty ass movie anyway.
Not even supposed to be here.
Oh my God. Why did I choose to do this? Why did I make this decision?
Because you felt that of all the assholes in the world to coach baseball, you're probably the best asshole to coach baseball.
Right?
But were you
right? And I look around and I'm fucking right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It sucks.
Certainly, I would wager a good sum of money that Jake Tabor is the most qualified baseball coach / manager, if you want to use the term they use, in the entire city of Seattle.
The parlance of our time.
Yeah, I've seen how the Mariners play. Jake is the most qualified baseball manager in that whole city.
There's a long list before it gets to me, but thank you. No, it's like I was talking to Jen about it last night. I was like, couldn't have been literally any other sport. You
could start with it being a sport. I mean, that would be nice.
When the adults are standing around complaining about how cold it is, that means we started the season too soon.
Well, that's not entirely your fault. I mean, or theirs, because I'm sure they normally start now, and there's not usually snow on the hills.
That's
surrounding
a fair point.
The area at this time.
That's a fair point, but this is Seattle, and it is always raining at this point in the year.
But rain cold is not the same as snow cold. That snow cold sucks.
I could have launched one of Delta's boats behind second base on the field that we were trying to
probably
play on.
launching our fucking track.
Dude.
I should take some pictures.
some brutal rain around now.
It's pretty fun.
I've got something to talk about baseball on the podcast because I fucking hate parents.
I'm not gonna argue.
I'm
Baseball. I'm writing it down. I'm writing down notes.
He's writing it down.
Writing it down.
Do I have
Alex,
to
we have
download?
to have to talk about F1 for like the first time in like a month and a half. Or are you like in preemptive mourning?
I'm fine with how the season is going. I know enough about F1 to perfectly understand that Ferrari is capable of completely running away with the entire season,
But probably won't.
or Ferrariing the entire season, or just anyone can make a comeback. Like there's still 20
A lot of
races to
time.
go.
Yeah, it's a
You know what
lot
I
of
mean?
time.
Like-
well, it's like they said, it's 2 DNFs and Max is back on top.
Bingo.
Right.
So I'm not the most concerning part is like
The DNFs.
yeah, like the fact that we've had 3 Red Bull DNFs in 3 races and none of them were driver error.
Right.
Right? Like Carlos drove himself out of that last race. That's his fault. He made a dumb move too early in the race. Whatever. Like you can rationalize, but the fact that both Red Bulls in the first race are driving and the car just quits working, and then in the third race, only one of them just quits. We've got problems.
I liked how the dude on the radio was like, he asked, "Hey, what happened to the other car?" They're like, "Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of drive the same car."
Well, because immediately he's like, because that's the way it happened in the first race. Is
Right.
he was like,
Right.
that one died, and then 3 laps later, mine died. So you telling me not to worry about it, but that one, like, that was about 3 laps ago. Am I about to lose my car? No, you should be all right.
And weren't there only like 3 or 4 laps left, something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
I actually watched the end of that race because it was right after UFC.
It was really funny. It was really funny to listen to Dave's commentary.
I'm sure it was.
He's like, it's amazing how they can follow closely, but not quite as closely as they once could, but still more closely than they could before, but not quite as closely as now. And Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, Alex has this confused look because he doesn't have Snapchats anymore.
Yeah, that was
But,
Dave.
Yeah. Or he's just trying to figure out making his headphones work.
Yeah,
I'm doing that one.
It was starting to do the thing where I could hear us talk.
Oh, it did that from the start, and so I was like, "How far is the nearest Dollar General?" And he was like, "I don't know."
It was far enough away that Jake arrived before I would have been able to make it. Shit.
It would have made fun of Alex for
Shoot.
not being
But
here.
there's not one pair of headphones in the house.
No, we all dumped our headphones when cell phones collectively quit having auxiliary ports.
See, I play.
Well,
enough
we didn't dump
Xbox
them.
that I still
I
have
moved to
headphones.
wireless ones. I moved to very high. I might just have to do this shit on my phone.
Wait, is your case black?
The yeah.
Mine's white.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the
Jake's is privileged.
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Mine
More
can
down.
say, "Thank you, officer."
I
My buds are black, but the case is white. It's a reverse Oreo.
could
Right,
try.
I'm going to install Skype on my phone and then pair that way, and then the video might suck, but the audio should be better.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot with that because when I tried it before, the audio was not great, but it might be better with your headphones. So
We're going to try.
because that was like the first AirPods, like they were not great. Yeah,
I'm rolling the dice. I'm
Shooting craps.
fucking. I'm Seth Rogen in Knocked Up. I only got one move. I think
Oh,
just
what was
rolling
the
the dice
thing?
too much.
All right, now I'm ripped.
There was something I got wrong about craps last week, and I don't remember what it was because I was listening back earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think that's right," but whatever.
Hey, so screwed up, fixed it, Lugnut.
Yep.
Hey, so that I don't know if I told both of you because I told both of you that I got that jersey, but I got it successfully canceled.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It seems that the guy realized that just letting me off was probably a better move than getting negative feedback.
Right.
Because I would have been like, guy did not say it was a woman's jersey. I had to figure that out on my own.
Yeah, did he know?
Well, I think he did know because his state was like, well, it doesn't look that different.
Oh.
Like, put one on, dog.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to leave this for a second. Hold on.
Bye. So, while you were gone, I was telling Alex, I was like, watching back to last week's, I was super high. Like, I looked at myself and I was like, oh, that guy's fucking high. And then I looked at myself today, I'm like, oh, that guy is not high at all.
So did that guy then get high?
No, he did not have the ability. Well, I mean, I probably could somehow, but.
Oh, now he's done. I got to move Alex up here.
Uh-oh. Oh, that sounds very different.
Say something.
He did.
Something. Did I say something?
Yeah.
First?
There's like a lag in your talking, so like it's
say a whole
missing
sentence.
Say what?
An entire sentence.
So I really think that Red Bull's going to make a beautiful comeback by the end of the season, and we will have a very competitive Formula One by year's end.
Now talk like Alex.
Guys, it fucking sucks. I fucking hate everything about it. There is nothing positive to be taken from any situation in the world, no matter what.
I like the other way better.
Yeah, I did too.
Perfect. I'll go back to that one.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
I'm gonna go do this.
Hey, why don't you go do this? I'm gonna do something too.
Nice. So let me ask you a question.
Go.
Let me ask you a question as a parent. Okay, this is a question for parent Robin.
Okay.
And not so much parent Alex.
Look at his face.
The way the shirt was.
Look at me, coach.
The way it was bent first, it definitely looked like a Hitler stash.
It did. The way it was, it looked like
That's
a
Hitler. That's believe the Jews suck.
Hey.
I didn't say it. Hitler did. And he believed it.
He did believe it.
It's true.
Okay.
So anyway, parent time. So let's say there's a situation in which Riv is playing a sport and you are not the coach. During the time frame of the duration from the first whistle to the final whistle, who's in charge of Riv?
Not me.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have a great conversation. A great fucking conversation.
The only time I'm in charge of her is when she comes over and talks to me separately, away from the coach, and then I say, okay, now go back to your coach.
Go listen to your coach.
Yep, because I'm not in charge right now. Do what coach says.
Yep.
That's how that works. That's how that's supposed to work.
I mean, you put assuming that there's the understood well-being of the child clause. That means as the actual parent, you can interfere at any time a coach does something that crosses the line. Yeah, you can intervene if a line is crossed. Assuming the coach is adequate and competent and it not doing anything stupid or illegal, yeah, the coach is 100% in charge.
Excellent.
It's just like school.
And honestly, I'm not even sure how much I intervene at the moment. A lot of times, like if something goes on, things get brought up later. Like if it's something I don't agree with, but I'm not going to stop and interrupt everybody right now because I don't need to make a show of it.
Fantastic. Good. All right, man. All right, man. You ready for a good ass show?
Yes. Not as much as you.
Whew. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And he be walking God like a dog, his narrative fearless. His word war returns to burn like Baldwin home from Paris. It's that guy over there.
It's me, it's Alex. I'm back with slightly terrible audio, but we're going to deal with it. And as always, I'm introduced by the best to ever do it, that guy right over there.
It's me. It's One Take Jake, back in the saddle again, calm like a bomb, Jewish Hamilton. But we are joined by the third man in the booth. It would not be the show that we know, the show that we love, and the show that it is today without him. He is the only reason that the show got posted last week, and the proprietor of the YouTube channel, Red Arrow Productions. It's Robin.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know why?
Chicken thigh.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I accidentally got like multiple windows on here, so if I get kicked off here, I'm just gonna be right back.
All right.
BRB, maybe.
We'll just be like, oh,
Nope, nothing happened. Did it?
Robin, can you hear me? You can't. Can you hear me, Robin?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
No, I can't hear you. If you
What's
can
going
hear
on
me, please
here?
say something.
I can't say anything to this guy. Nothing ever worked.
So you can hear me.
All over again.
Did he ask if I could hear him?
He
Who's
did.
talking
He
right
did.
now? Okay, nobody
No
say
one is-
anything.
I can't tell
Nobody-
what's going
wait,
on right
thanks.
now.
Who's talking? Was that me?
It's got to be a goat.
That's a goat. Was that it was
Probably
Kimi
just blew out
Räikkönen,
somebody's speakers, actually.
right? Somebody it'll be you driving.
Right. it will be. Oh,
You're gonna be going down I-5 and it's gonna be
oh. Well, that's what I get.
That's what you get.
Goat. It's goat karma.
Goat Karma is the name of this episode.
I was already writing it down.
There it is.
So yeah, I went to look at last week's episode. I had like 25 minutes. I
That's yeah.
don't
That'll
know what
happen.
happened.
I don't either.
So Robin pulled some clutch shit. He learned some stuff about Skype that I didn't know. He's like, hey, it can do this. I'm like, cool. He's like, you want me to post it? I'm like, yeah, here's a password.
Well, it wasn't even just that. It was more the iMovie. I can save it just as audio.
Oh.
So like I had already done my video edit, and then I was like, oh, I beat Jake, ha ha ha, and then Jake's like, yeah, well, my shit fucked up, ha ha ha. And I was like, oh,
Joke's on me.
well, let me see
I'm
what I
3D,
can do.
joke's on me. Yeah.
And so I started looking to find like an online converter from like MP4 to MP3, and then as I'm doing that, I go to look at my video or iMovie, and I see that I can upload different formats because I was like, oh, I wonder what else I can do on here. Oh, there's an audio. Boom. Done. And then I was like, hey, you want me to try to send it to you, or I can try to post it?
Like,
And you're like,
here.
here's my
I'm at-
passwords.
I'm like, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
have
yeah.
the time. So that's how last week's episode got posted. So
He doesn't have the time, and I never do anything
at work.
at work because I don't ever do shit at work.
The-
I've turned into that guy. What's happened to I don't ever do shit at work, Jake? He's starting to be I do stuff at work at Jake.
Well, the problem is like I've been doing a lot of driving, and it's really hard to
that takes
not-
away your. I gotcha.
So I am still not doing shit at work,
Right.
but I'm working. Like
But you're
I'm
being
dri-
mobile.
right,
You're
But, like,
mobilizing.
right. So I'm moving, but I'm not
Right.
doing anything.
That's fair.
Like I'm still like if, for the most part, if you text me, I'll text back. Like
Yeah, usually, yeah.
it's usually not until I get home and fall asleep on the couch that I stop responding to people.
I've also seen that.
So, so yeah, last night in the group text, one of a litany I'm a member of, I look down and I read, yeah, but he's not paying attention in this conversation. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was just like,
True.
I was deep into NBA. I was just like, I was working on playing as Luka and figuring out how to play as Luka because I'm doing this silly franchise thing. And I was like, I looked down and it's like 18 missed messages. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna read all those.
Do you remember that song, My Name is Luka?
No.
Well, as soon as you said, I'm Luka, I was like, that's funny.
I remember My Name is Jonas.
My name is Luka. I'll see if I can find out who it's by. My name is Luka. Suzanne Vega.
So, oh, of
I-
course. I love Suzanne Vega. She's my
right? I would play it for you, but my microphone has this thing where it doesn't like to let us hear things as music from my shit. So
what's the name of this? What's the name of this? I will play it.
Luka, Luka.
Luka. By who?
Suzanne Vega.
Suzanne Vega. Duh.
Oh, right. How
Pretty
could I
sure we
forget?
just talked about this.
Well, I mean, her
Jeez.
name has such
Yeah,
staying
come on.
power.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would have thought it would have been by somebody named Luka.
All right, so not this. This is an ad. So coming to you live, we've got the new Chevy Suburban with a drop-down tailgate where you can take your laptop out into the woods for no fucking reason. Chevrolet, regret it now. I don't recognize the song at all. All right, get to the good part.
This is the good part.
Oh, when she's
I'm
not
rocking out with
singing?
my
Don't let
cock out.
that dancing dissuade you in any way from
See,
thinking.
she just said it.
Oh, that's enough.
And we're done with that one.
And we're done with that. That
So
that
anyway,
reminds me.
That was a song.
I'm glad.
Not very good.
My name is Luka. That's up there with My Name is Jonas as songs I don't like.
It reminded me of like the whiny bitch girl version of like any of the rap songs where the guys say their name at the start. DJ Khaled, like she starts off with "My name is Luka." I mean,
Today
it wasn't
we're
her
going
name,
to be
but still.
listening to DJ Khaled until he says his name.
Exactly. Those
I'm gonna-
are fun.
My new favorite one is I'm going to listen to Ludacris until he tells me to do something. It's like, stand up!
Move, bitch! Get out the way!
Immediately.
Oh, they're so good.
There's some.
One might
it's-
even say very good.
It's very good. I was really resistant to TikTok originally because I thought I was too old for it.
I was too.
Definitely too old for it, but it's a lot of fun. But like there's a lot of funny shit, and if you you can get deep down a rabbit hole, and there's like lore on TikTok of things that are going on, like on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest of like, oh, this guy's doing this, so I will now do this, and he did that, which means she's going to do this now.
My favorite rabbit hole is I find some girl that's scantily clad, and then I follow her to eventually Twitter, where she's usually naked.
That's not a rabbit hole that you're going.
Hey-oh.
That's
a
butthole.
Look at him, he said it.
And like the freeze of his face is perfect for
So
that too.
good.
He's got the rock eyebrow going
He
on.
does. Oh,
Now he's doing it on purpose. It's
now
not
it looks
funny.
like Corky from that show on ABC.
What?
Never mind. I'll look it up. I feel
Okay.
like Jake knows. I can't
feel
remember
like
the name of it.
It popped me, and because I thought you were talking about Corky Romano first of all, and I went there.
What was that show?
Get out of here, you
I'll
Chris
look
Kattan looking motherfucker.
Oh, I called somebody another comedian the other day, looking motherfucker, and it just came out of my mouth, and I just started laughing because I was like, God damn it!
Life Goes On. That was the show.
Okay.
Corky had Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's like as soon as I remember now, Corky, the way he looked, Alex looked just like Corky.
He did.
Gee.
Oh man.
Whew. All right, so you guys want to hear a story?
I want to hear why you were so
Yeah.
excited at the start of the show, but I mean, I also want to hear a story. So if
It's
they're tied together,
story time.
hey yo.
Hey yo. Did you guys come here to listen to the good guys or the bad guys? So, what happened was, let's see, which it really depends on which intro to a story I want to start with here, because there's two ways I typically start a story where I end up arguing with somebody. It's either what happened was, or I start with, so there I was minding my own fucking business.
I like number 2
So all right,
in that one,
so
or B, if you will.
so there I was minding my own fucking business, trying to coach baseball. I got a kid on third base, and this kid's one of the better players on the team, and we're having some fun. I'm telling him like, hey, go if you think you can score a run. We're losing by 8, 9. Fuck, who cares, right? Like, if you think you can make a play and score a run, go for it. Like, do it. I trust you. I trust you to try to make a play. See what happens. You never know. So the kid gives it a shot, and he gets tagged out, and he gets really mad about it because he got tagged out in the last game in a similar play. So back-to-back games, he thought he could make it. He didn't. He gets really frustrated, and he's like on the edge of tears, which is never a good place for like a 9 or 10-year-old boy to be when surrounded by other 9 and 10-year-old boys. So
True.
he's like trying, this kid's like, hey man, it's okay, like don't worry about it, and he like moves him out of the way, just like, no, I'm not, like, we've all been an upset athlete, and someone stops us from trying to get away from everybody, and we all know how,
Right.
like, you just get out of my way, dude. Get out of my way. So I grab him and I say, hey kid, come here, like, let me talk to you, calm down. First of all, we're playing baseball. And so while, like, I've got him from 60 to 15, like, he's still pissed, but we're de-escalating. And his mom comes out of the bleachers, goes around the backstop, around the dugout, and grabs him while I'm talking him down, and says, pushing a kid, are you kidding me? And just starts tearing into him. And I look at her and I'm like, excuse me, I'm coaching. Would you please allow me to coach? Like, right now, like, you can parent when parenting, and it's time for parenting. Right now, I'm coaching. And you coming over here is not helping the situation. Like, you are making him more upset. You are embarrassing him by being here.
She's
You are
re-escalating.
You are re-escalating the situation that I have almost successfully de-escalated. I am nearly there, and you have come to re-escalate the situation because you're mad about the way your child had an emotional outburst. So I call her out on it. I'm like, I think you're acting ridiculous. I think your attitude is not helpful, and I don't think you need to be over here. I would really prefer if you rejoined the rest of the parents on the bleachers where the parents belong. And she's like, well, that's my kid. I'm like, well, right now he's my player. And when the game is over, you can have a conversation with him about whatever it is that you need to talk to him about. But right now he's mine.
Well, on the other side of that little part right there is everybody had the same opportunity to be a coach, and she chose to not. So if that's the role you're choosing to do, continue to do that role.
Yeah. So that's so she well, I think I'm gonna stand right here. I'm like, I'm really disappointed that that's a decision you've chose.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen, I'm gonna need you to get out of my dugout. Hey, Karen, will you get out of my dugout, please?
So today, I go back and talk to her, and I'm like, hey, I would really like to move forward. She's like, I would like that too. I said, I understand your perspective as a parent. I really hope you can understand my perspective as a coach. And she's like, well, I really don't. And I'm like, okay, here we go again.
This is us not moving forward.
This is us not moving forward. I said, okay, well, and I said, I'm like, I understand that you know a lot about this game. I think it'd be really helpful you to come to one of our practices and participate. Oh, she had all sorts of excuses. I'm just really busy. Oh, you could be here for the games, which are at the same time as
I
the
was gonna
practices.
say, and yet you can be here to complain. All right.
Okay, whichever,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, cool. So yeah, we had it out, and I let her know that I don't really agree with her being around.
Yeah. Well, so from my perspective, as like I just listened, and the first thing that I try not to do is I try not to touch any kid ever, which is weird for me because I've
I didn't touch him.
Well, I know, but you're saying like she thought you touched him. So my first thing, if you didn't move him,
let me
because
clarify.
you said,
let me clarify.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. He grabbed a kid. He pushed a kid aside. He pushed a kid, and so she was yelling at him about pushing another kid.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, no, she wasn't on me about pushing a kid.
Gotcha.
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I
didn't catch that. I didn't
if
get
anything,
that.
I put my hand on his back and said, "Hey, man, come over here." Like I did not aggressively touch a kid in any way. No, like no. I'm sorry.
I didn't think you did, and I didn't think you. I didn't think you would. But even like so much as like moving a kid a little bit, like
no, I didn't Jimmy Lake the situation.
I hope not. Not wearing purple.
Although I would accept the outcome of what happened with Jimmy Lake in the situation.
At this point, yes.
But anyway, yeah. So with that re-entered in that evidence stricken and re-entered to the situation, I think she's, like I told you, I said you're acting completely inappropriately.
She's out of line.
And yeah,
like kind of what we talked about earlier. Like if you have a chance, maybe ask her to talk after practice instead of doing stuff during practice or during a game, especially not during a game.
Yeah.
Like, please don't interrupt coaching during a game, ma'am. Like, we only have so much time for these games, and this is a learning experience for them. This shouldn't be a learning experience for you unless you want to make it about you. You know, like, that's what she's doing. Yeah,
which
exactly.
is what she has successfully done.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it's honestly, it's one of those situations that it's bad enough that I almost unvolunteered.
Well, I mean, is there like a commissioner you can talk to and have them talk to her? Because like my position would be to the commissioner, if this happens again, I will no longer be coaching. I'm not going to be interrupted and have my coaching undermined because a parent who doesn't want to put the time in and effort that I've put in directly with these kids standing here trying to lecture me how I'm not doing it right and interrupting and trying to put herself ahead of everyone else. Just an idea.
Yeah. I've got, like I said, I know the guy, so I'll have a conversation with him. But yeah, so that's
fun.
Yeah, that's you know,
super.
You know, I love volunteering for things and then having to argue with people about it.
I don't just like when baseball couldn't get any worse, this happened. Do you know how close they were to locking out the entire season of baseball? We were so close to an entire season of no baseball. Like, do you know how happy I would have been if Major League Baseball was like, nope, for a whole year? That's the dream, man. If the Packers never win another Super Bowl and there's also no more baseball, that's a fair trade. Fair trade.
There's an old man dies, a young girl lives. Fair trade.
Yeah, like I make the trade. I make the trade. I hate baseball.
Speaking of make
baseball
the trade,
parents sound.
Yeah. Speaking of make the trade, did you guys watch any of the NBA play-in games?
Nope.
No, I watched a little bit of them. I wanted to see, I wanted to see some. This is the first basketball I've watched all year.
I saw somebody throw a mouthpiece, and that was about it.
I didn't see that. Was that Steph Curry again?
No, Mikal Bridges, I think.
Do they
Miles Bridges?
reseed? I don't understand how the play-in works.
It's like 9 and 10.
I got it.
Yeah,
all
go
right.
for it.
Go.
So 7 plays 8. The winner of that game is the 7 seed. 9 plays 10. The winner of that game plays the loser of the 7 and 8 game. The winner of that game becomes the 8 seed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that has literally not been explained to me in those kind of concise terms before. I had no idea how this worked. That makes sense. Okay.
It's
fair enough.
If you're 7 or 8, you have 2 chances to win. You have to lose twice. If you're 9 or 10, you have to win twice.
That's it.
All right.
I guess I should start watching basketball again.
Yeah, it's playoffs.
Are they playing right now?
I don't like it because I feel like they just made it where like it was already more than half of the league makes the playoffs, and now they made even more than half the league make the playoffs.
Isn't it?
And
less
that's
than
dumb.
a third? No, I guess it is.
It's
more
20
than
of
half.
30 teams.
Yeah. Well.
32?
32.
Well, they're setting
30.
The thing is also you got to remember is they're setting up the playoffs with expansion in mind.
Right, because they're planning pretty soon. I feel like to Seattle is
Seattle
right
and Las
there.
Vegas.
Vegas,
baby.
Oh my God, a Vegas basketball team.
Well, yeah,
You
they're
thought
also
the
talking
Raiders
about
were
Vegas
bad.
stealing the
Right.
Oakland Athletics.
Oh,
What was
my
that?
God. Yeah, say it again.
I said the Oakland Athletics are now negotiating a move to Las Vegas.
I heard that.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if Oakland just lost all of its sports
To Vegas.
to Vegas? It's like the Warriors moved to Vegas.
The Warriors just got a new
moved
place, so yeah.
In San Francisco, though, they've left Oakland and went across the bay. The Raiders are gone. The A's say if the city doesn't vote to build them a new stadium, they're gonna leave.
Which
and
they
Vegas
should.
is
Dude,
trying
that
to
place
scoop
is
them up.
shit box. Like
I was
that
there.
stadium at Cal.
They literally
Oakland.
I don't even know. There aren't any. I mean, maybe they have a major league soccer team I don't know about, but if they lose the A's, it's over. Oakland's more like Jokeland.
Oh,
I
but
feel bad for Dame because he's like, man, Oakland, and then they're like, nah, man.
they're like, there's nothing here though. Yeah, that place,
Even
that
you left.
the OCO is quite. I don't even know what they call it any longer. The Coliseum there, like I went in
Empty.
back to back days. I went to Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, then I went to the Coliseum in Oakland, and back to back days. I had to watch fucking Jamarcus Russell play in the Oakland Coliseum.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Back.
It was, I mean, they're playing the Falcons, and Michael Turner was a running back, and he was like the fantasy god because he got like 22 touchdowns and 1,800 yards, and so everybody's like, "Oh, Michael Turner is amazing," and then he wasn't.
He was good until he wasn't.
He's good until he wasn't. He was good as a backup to whoever the running back was before him, but then they're like, "Okay, now he's gonna shoulder the load," and he's like, "Ow, my shoulder."
That is very good.
Very nice.
I like.
My shoulder.
I'm resending a clip to a movie I saw this weekend. Sending it now, and let me know when y'all get that. While it sends, I saw Sonic 2, and it was actually pretty good.
Night and top today, Sonic, and it's your turn to pick. But I am not watching Snow Dogs again. That movie is the worst.
That movie is the worst.
When they did that scene, I was like, hold up.
Who dat?
Is that John Ralphio? And I'm like, IMDb in the middle of the fucking movie. I'm like, oh my God. And Deaton was watching the movie but he was like way back up in with his fake kids and girlfriend, and I had Riv and Grayson, and we're sitting there, and, and I'm like, "Hey, Dave, did you get that? It's John Ralphio." It was funny. I like.
What he
And
said.
he's just in the back.
He's
They're like,
John.
Robin, I got your text.
Right. Well, when we got there, he didn't see us, and I knew he'd gone there, and I was like, "Hey, Riv, I'm pretty sure Dave's sitting up there behind us." So she like went up there to the top row, and she's like, "Hi." And then he was like, he texted me, he's like, "I saw Grayson when he stood up." And I was like, "Oh."
You hear her run up there. She's like, "Hi, how's it going? Okay." She comes back down. She's like, "Deaton wasn't there."
No.
You're like,
Deaton. Deaton wasn't there.
The worst. But yeah, that movie, the first Sonic was good, and the second Sonic was good.
Is it
Idris
better?
Elba's. Is it better? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because Jim Carrey is so fucking good in that movie.
Mhm.
Like,
Well,
it's like,
isn't freaking what's it, Charles Minor fucking Knuckles?
yeah. And then Jim Carrey is bald, Dr. Robotnik, and he's like Ace Ventura funny. Yeah.
Nice.
So I appreciated it a lot. I laughed a lot.
I'll definitely watch it. I'm having confusion though, because like my entire life he was Dr. Robotnik, and then like 10 years ago they decided that he's Dr. Eggman.
They called him both in the movie. They called him
in
Eggman and Robotnik. So I don't know.
in the Japanese release, whatever the word was, that basically the slang of it is like egg. And so because he was fat, and Japan took to calling him Eggman in Japanese. And so they made up Robotnik for the Western market. And then in the merging of cultures and technology, they basically just were like, yeah, let's just make it Eggman. It just like caught on enough that Sonic fans in America accepted that he was called Eggman and said like, "Oh, he's just Eggman." Okay.
I haven't really played Sonic since Sonic 2, so I don't know anything.
Sonic 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, yes. That one.
It's the funny thing about Sonic is when you play it is like at first you think it's all about, oh, I gotta go fast. You know, the whole point of the game is going fast. But it's like then you figure out about the third world, it's actually a really intense like puzzle platformer.
Yeah. It was a fun game though. Like that was my first game system that I bought was the Sega Dreamcast. Not Dreamcast. Game Gear. And I had Sonic, and I had George Foreman boxing, and I had Joe Montana football. Those were my 3 games that I first bought. But yeah, like Sonic was amazing because it was just I could just sit there and I could play it forever. I would just sit there and hours and hours. So that was just I never had the whole Mario thing like everyone else. Sonic
I used
was
to
my
be that way
first.
with Kirby. Kirby I was all about. I would play Kirby games forever.
Yes.
Have you guys played the new one?
No, I want to super bad.
It was really good, but I have not.
I haven't played
I decided for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands over Kirby.
Oh yeah. What is this Tiny Tina's Wonderlands you keep talking about? I know nothing of it.
It's Borderlands.
It's more Borderlands. It's like Borderlands 3.5.
It's just Borderlands. If you don't like Borderlands, you won't like this.
I didn't like Borderlands.
And you don't like Borderlands, so I didn't talk to you about it.
Well, I did play some Fork Knife this week though.
On purpose?
Yeah.
No build Fortnite.
Exactly. They took the fucking building out of it, and I was like, oh well, now it's like Call of Duty but with cartoons. Okay.
So now it's just run around. Now it's just run around and shoot.
Kind of. I mean, it's still the float down, all weird, and find a gun, and then run your ass off, and then try to not get killed. But you just don't build like stupid bullshit like it's Legos in the middle of the game.
Is it like, is no build like an option? Like, do they still have a mode where you can build and they just made it, or is it they took it out completely?
At first they took it out completely, and then they re-added, like they basically made 2 versions. So now you have no build or regular.
Build.
They're like,
Okay.
we gotta get more people to play this fucking game.
I mean, it worked. I played it on my Xbox, and then I tried to play it on the Switch, and the graphics are so garbage. I was like, I like my Switch, but this looks like booty.
It's like, I can't play you though.
Yeah. Well, I had like my character is Morty, and he fucking uses the robot arms and legs that Rick made or the dog made. I guess Rick didn't make it. The dog made. What was the dog's name in like episode 2?
His name is Stowball.
Yes. Anyway, but like his face on the Switch, it's like it's the dot and then the circle eyes. Like you can't really see anything. Whereas on the Xbox, it's 4K and looks good.
Right.
I imagine playing a shooter on Switch would be a challenge.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So
Especially if you play it like in the middle, where your thumbs are on either side.
right, I'll continue to play. Like Tony Hawk is cool on the Switch.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Dude, Tony Hawk, it's like 1 and 2, and I think it was only $30. And then Riv started playing the wrestling game again since we watched WrestleMania. So
Nice.
yeah,
The WrestleMania is
the WrestleMania
surprisingly decent.
Uh-oh. My video just stopped.
Oh, that's okay. We can still hear you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like
we're good.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, fucking Dave.
Fucking
It's
Deaton.
Dave. Fuck you, Deaton.
Fuck you, Deaton.
Nope,
He's
he
not
wants
gonna
to be
listen
like
to
Deaton.
this.
No, whatever. Fuck him. So
Marcus,
you were talking about having we've talked about Tony Hawk Pro Skater. What was it? Dan Marino football,
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana football, and then George Foreman boxing. What is the strangest like sports sponsorship, like game sponsorship that you've ever seen?
I don't know. That black college football one. Do you remember that one?
Yes. It was like XBCU. It was like black. It was like Black College University football.
I didn't really understand the point. I guess there's a market for it, but I
think it was like
nah.
all the historically black colleges, like the Grambling State and the Jacksonville, not Jacksonville State.
Jackson State.
Jackson State. Thank you. But like all those
Primetime U.
Yeah, Primetime U.
Primetime U.
It really I guess I don't think it's necessarily obscure, but I always thought that Kelly Slater's pro surfing was a weird game. That was what I was going to say.
Kelly Slater
because
pro surfing.
Like I feel like surfing, every single time I've heard anyone talk about surfing, the way they describe it does not seem like it would translate to a video game setting at all. And so it's like steer left into the wave and then do it again.
And then you will do a trick. They did a whole bunch of those because like Tony Hawk caught on, and then they released Dave Mirra Pro BMX.
Dude, I fucking love that game.
That was a good game.
Like I remember Ice Pick. Good one. Then Kelly Slater Pro Surfing. And then what? I feel like there was a fourth one. Like
there was a snowboarding one. Sean Palmer.
Sean White got a snowboarding game, but
there
I don't
was
know
1080. 1080 was the snowboarding one though.
1080.
Yeah.
1080. Like I'm god tier at 1080.
The game was good.
SSX is the best one.
Agreed. SSX tricky.
We've talked about that before, and I did not like SSX.
Well, you're dumb.
Probably.
Fire.
I liked 1080.
1080 was the shit, man. Who's your guy? Do you remember?
Whitey Blackie.
I had Dion Blaster was the black British dude. Then there was Hakai Hayami, who was the Japanese girl, and then Ricky Stern was from Excitebike 64. Shit. Why do I know these?
It's a great question.
Why do we know anything?
It's like, so I was on YouTube the other day and someone's like, did you know there was an Excite Bike 64? And I was like, yeah, I'll whoop your fucking ass at it. Let's go. Like, pick up the stick, son.
Excite Bike was one of the
stick.
first games that I really wanted to play for the Game Boy, and I never got to play it until it was
Game
like,
Boy.
yeah, Excite Bike on the Game Boy.
That would have been cool.
It was basically scrolling, you know, like Mario, and you could just tip up the front of the bike to go over jumps and like jump, and that was terrible.
Excite Bike, yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, terrible and fun.
Most
Nintendo games.
I think the strangest like athlete tie-in, I mean, outside of like Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City or Shaq Fu, it's got to be Riddick Bowe boxing. I
was just gonna say, do you remember Bill Laimbeer basketball?
Bill Laimbeer combat basketball.
Yes.
I had that game. Hell yes.
That was a weird fucking
Hell
game.
yes.
It was like Bill Laimbeer combat basketball was a top-down basketball game where you didn't shoot, like you had like pass and shoot was the same button.
Didn't
like Charles Barkley have like a post-apocalyptic basketball game?
Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam. You're thinking of Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, which was a spoof game.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's listed on the 10 weirdest sports games though.
Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam?
It was just Barkley Shut Up and Jam.
Oh, Barkley Shut Up and Jam.
Mega Man Soccer is also on that.
Yeah, Mega Man Soccer, not as fun.
How dare they? Mutant League Football is not strange. Mutant League Football is badass.
What about Mutant League Hockey?
I enjoyed that as well.
That one was good. They fall under the ice.
I don't remember what the golf though. That's funny.
I remember Outlaw Golf.
That one was cool. The Outlaw Volleyball, dude. Outlaw Beach Volleyball was badass.
I heard that game was actually good and fun to play.
I played so much of that game that I got OCD about it, and I couldn't sleep because I closed my eyes and I would just picture bump, set, pass, block, you know, like all that stuff. I had to stop playing it for like weeks at a time because I played so much of it.
And you would just like, you'd be
I would
stuck
get
in the
OCD
mode.
about it. Yeah. And like the same thing happened yesterday. I played a bunch of Call of Duty after work, and then I went to sleep and I dreamt about Call of Duty, but didn't realize it until today when I went to play Call of Duty. And I was like, hold up. I was playing extra Call of Duty after I went to bed.
Got some extra playtime in. You wake up and your controller's dead. You're like, what happened?
The weirdest part is I use a wired controller, so I don't understand how that works.
And when there was one handprint on the controller, that's when Jesus was carrying you.
Oh. Two things related to that. First of all, Halo on Paramount Plus is good. Oh, is it? Yeah. I watched like the first 4 episodes and caught all up today. And it's Easter this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I you guys have seen Nacho Libre. I hope I get diarrhea on Easter every year, just so I can say, do you not know I've had diarrhea since Easter's? My whole goal.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Give it all you got.
Give it all you got. Joe, what a gem. What a gem that man.
He's a winner.
He is a winner. And
What's
we're all winners.
What's his best role?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Charles from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Charles from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No doubt.
I like him in Superbad just a little bit more.
Ah, I forgot about him in Superbad.
You guys know a guy named Jimmy? Totally
looks just
like his brother. Totally.
I just
you guys got MySpace or
I feel like his character from like 9-9 is like that obscure dude if he became a cop and you got to see him for 9 years instead of
I figured the time
10
would
minutes.
help. What about his character at Wanderlust? Do you remember that?
I never saw Wanderlust.
What about his appearance in Role Models when he shows up and he's like, "Yes, we are the knights of Watertaw. We will gingerly touch our tips."
He was really good in Role Models.
Yeah. Alex, you need to watch Wanderlust. It's
What's
Paul
Wanderlust?
Rudd. Paul Rudd.
Jennifer
And who's his hot wife in that
It's
movie?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. For a guy that's never seen it, seems to know a lot about it.
I
had-
didn't
you
see
had me
it
at Paul
because
Rudd.
that was the no. Wanderlust is the movie where it was the first time ever that Jennifer Aniston agreed to do a nude scene. She went topless for a scene in that movie, and then the director like cut the scene because it didn't add to the creative vision
Yes.
of the movie.
Yes, it did.
And I was like, I'm
Yes, it
never going to
did.
see this movie out of
Is there?
It's not in
is
the-
there like a deleted scene?
Nope. It's not part of any unrated extended cut. It's not on any of the bonus features. Nothing. It has been. Her boobs have been erased from pop culture.
Erased from existence.
And I was like, this. There's no point in seeing this movie now. Like, no matter how good Wanderlust
No
is,
matter how.
I know that there's a better version of that movie that exists.
I can't argue with you.
It's like if Christina Ricci hadn't gotten naked in Black Snake Moan, it
Oh
wouldn't
my
have been
God,
as good of a
Christina
movie.
Ricci. She's so hot.
So hot. Want to touch the hiney. Oh, nice. I could do that. George and
Yeah.
Linda live fast-paced lives.
Oh my God, look at her.
You make my dreams come true until today. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what's going to happen after? From the director of Role Models. Oh my God, we got to get the stuff in the car. Hold on. I got to get some stuff from upstairs. Paul Rudd, Jennifer Aniston, move out to the country. Ooh, ooh,
I just want I want the listener to know that right now, being that I'm audio only,
sometimes you need a new direction.
I
Wow,
just see a
You make
picture
my
of Ric
dreams
Flair
come
screaming
true.
at me right now,
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
and it
ooh,
perfectly
ooh,
encapsulates
Now listen to
everything I
this. Doom, doom, doom.
hear. I feel like this is the greatest Ric Flair promo of all time.
This is amazing. Oh, there he was. So for all the people that aren't seeing, I'm playing the trailer, and Jake is making all the audio for it because it's on mute. So
From
Yeah.
Universal Pictures.
Yeah.
Joe Latruglia, shirtless. Jennifer
He's
Aniston,
naked the whole
notably
movie.
not shirtless.
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Hey, I hope you like this drink. Playing a guitar for a bunch of ladies this February. Milk a Goat with Jennifer Aniston and Paul Rudd. This is the longest. I'm running out of funny things.
It's
to
2
say.
minutes. I know,
Yeah.
right? It's too much. Oh,
like-
and then the guy from MASH showed up.
Alan Alda?
Maybe. I think so. Yeah, Alan Alda. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty
he was
sure
a
he's
president.
dead now.
He was a president in. He is dead. And Canadian Bacon, which is an underrated movie.
Did we talk about Gilbert Godfrey dying?
No, we haven't.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
We-
it's one of the greatest
First-
bits of all time. Gone.
First Norm, then fucking Bob Saget,
then
and now
Gilbert.
Gilbert Godfrey?
Who's gonna be funny?
I mean, like,
I'll tell you who's gonna
anybody,
be
but
funny.
still.
I'll tell you who's gonna be fucking funny. I'm going to see Brad Williams this weekend.
Oh, he
the
will
short
be
one?
funny.
Yeah, he is a short one. I said, we have to get there early because I don't want to sit in the back row to see a midget comedian.
You should ask him. You should ask him if he's heard anything about Gilbert Godfrey, and then when he says, "Yeah, he died," then you can do the Norm joke. You're like, "Huh? I didn't even know he was sick."
Bingo.
Hey, what was it? Hey, black guys.
Hey, real cops.
Hey, real cops.
Man, that guy was funny. Gilbert
Like-
Godfrey was too.
He was, and like I said, like they were talking about Gilbert Godfrey on the Dan Patrick show this week, and Seaton was talking about how he's like, a guy called in. He's like, "Yes, hello, this is Gilbert. I'm calling for the interview," and he's like, "Okay, click." and just hung up on him because he didn't know. And he's like, some guy
Oh.
just called and said he was Gilbert Godfrey, but he sounded normal. And the KJ's like, dude, it's a bit. It's not his real voice. That's not who he is.
Yeah.
It's like, it was kind of crazy to like, when they said that, and he's like, oh my God. And like, I didn't know for a really long time that wasn't
Yeah.
just who he was.
Yeah.
You know?
It
There's a few
reminds
of
me
those
of the
guys.
first time. It was the first time I learned that like Teller from Penn and Teller can talk.
Mm.
It's like part of their thing that he never speaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I grew up legitimately thinking that he was like mute and decided to become a magician because it's all visual. Like that made
That's
sense to me.
awesome.
And then somebody was like, "No,
Caught
man,
up in the kayfabe.
yeah, he
Yeah.
can totally talk. Like he doesn't do interviews, but like he'll talk to you backstage and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's actually cool too. Like it's cool in a different way." But yeah,
Right.
to find out that Gilbert's voice is like, "Hey, what's up?" is like, wait, he's not Iago all the time.
The one I'll never get used to is Larry the Cable Guy when
Yeah.
he doesn't have his southern accent.
Mhm,
It's really weird when he goes out
Yeah.
of character, when he comes out of kayfabe.
mhm.
Yeah, Iago, that was my first. That's the first thing I remember Gilbert Godfrey being in was Aladdin. God, I watched a shit ton of Aladdin because Robin Williams is fucking amazing, and then Gilbert Godfrey's just as good.
I always
No,
would,
we're
when I was
close.
younger, I would always get Gilbert Godfrey and French Stewart like transposed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was
Hey,
like,
my
oh yeah, it was
name's
Gilbert.
French.
Yeah, but yeah, who gives a damn? Another Norm Macdonald shout out.
Yeah.
That's
God,
it's bigger than a regular cowboy hat. It's funny.
funny. Oh man.
Turd Ferguson. Yeah,
And
what do you
you've
want?
changed your name
He's
to
like, Burt
Turd
Reynolds.
Ferguson.
That's not my name. Okay, Turd Ferguson. Yeah, what do you want?
I
You
used to
buzzed
have
in.
those memorized. Like
Dude,
I could recite. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like when friend of the show Adam and I get together, we just kind of bounce from one quote to another.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure like we could, between you and me, we could get through almost all, if not all, of Celebrity Jeopardy.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, maybe
But-
not the newer ones, but definitely all the Norm Macdonald ones.
Any of the ones with Norm Macdonald in them,
Oh
we
my
could
God.
Indoors.
indoors. I heart boobs. Stunning.
Simply stunning.
Simply stunning. Sure is a nice coat, Trebek. There's one more question. Do they make them for men?
I'll take the rapist for 500.
It's
That's therapists.
I'll take the penis mightier.
That is the pen is mightier.
Give me the ape tit thing.
What is a petite? Never mind.
This is French, so let's just skip it.
Yep.
Texas with a dollar sign in front of it.
What was that? Write a number. Any number.
Any number, and you
You
win.
could write 1.
Three.
Or 2.
The
Even 3.
combination of 3 and 5.
Oh, that was David Duchovny playing the fucking Jurassic Park guy. What is his name?
Jeff Goldblum.
In the
Gold-
days of your yes,
Yeah,
Jeff
Goldblum. They
I was doing the
found a way.
I'm watching those when we get off here.
You're watching the JPs.
All of them.
Who? Okay, here's a question. Michael Criton or Stephen King? Who's had better movies made about their
Ooh.
books?
Probably Crichton, because Stephen King's had more, I think. But
He's
his
had, like,
are generally
It
like
and
made for TV.
Cujo and,
Yeah, but
like,
I don't know. What do you think?
I think I go Crichton too.
I'm looking to see if I can get a list.
I feel like Crichton has like the original Jurassic Park as like a great movie.
And The Lost World. He wrote The Lost World, too.
He wrote The Lost World, but Lost World is not a good movie. And then you also start getting into like Congo, and that movie is garbage. You
Right.
get into the whole like the show ER he helped create based on one obscure medical novel that he wrote that nobody's ever heard of that also wasn't called ER.
I didn't
And-
know he did Westworld.
That
Yeah,
explains
so
why none of it made sense.
but if you factor it, like a lot of Stephen King's original, like Robin was saying, made for TV movies that weren't very good. But then you start getting into the more modern versions, like the new It and like the what is it, Castle Rock, the TV show on Hulu that was like
Or
an
the
amalgamation of all of his books is like some of that stuff's
I thought the Dark Tower was pretty badass, even though it didn't get like good reviews.
Yeah, so I feel like Stephen King has edged him out in the last like decade, but Jurassic Park is probably the best overall movie between the two of them.
Okay, here's a problem. Stephen King is coming heavy with Carrie and The Shining.
Oh, yeah. So looking back, Michael Criton, here's what he's got: The Terminal Man, which was a big movie in like '74. I'm just gonna skip forward a little bit, and then Jurassic Park, Rising Sun. I'm pretty sure that's Wesley Snipes in that, and Sean Connery. In Jurassic Park, Disclosure. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, with Demi Moore.
It's over. Stand By Me and The Running Man.
Boom.
Yeah,
It's
but
over.
Congo, the talking monkey. Come on, Twister.
Twister's pretty good.
Twister's amazing. Do you remember Timeline?
Hell
It was
yes.
terrible.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Stephen King.
Yeah.
My vote's King.
Yeah.
King is the king.
I think you're right.
Fucking Shawshank Redemption.
Children of the Corn.
Oh wait. Is Shawshank Redemption
Is
a Stephen
Shawshank-
King?
I don't think Stephen King wrote Shawshank.
I've been living a lie for 33 years. If Stephen
It
King.
is Stephen King.
Boom.
All right, ball game.
Yeah, that's game blouses.
Like, stop. He's already dead. Like, we knocked it out the park at the beginning when I went back to back with The Shining and fucking Carrie. And that's how that's basically how he got started. He got started with.
Feels unfair that he gets to he's been around so long that they're now redoing his movies.
Yeah.
Right. One of my favorite Family Guy bits about Stephen King is when he gets hit by a car and he's like, oh, this would be a neat idea for a story. And by the time he hits the ground, he's like, done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so do you remember Maximum Overdrive?
I remember hearing about it.
I remember watching that because it was so weird and I didn't quite understand it. And
remember Stripperella?
Turns out
I
wasn't far off because most Stephen King movies are I didn't quite understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Yeah, Dark Tower. That's one of my favorites.
I heard something super funny on the Scholars podcast. They were talking about Saving Private Ryan, and they're like, "No, these guys look like they would be in the other movie, Hunting Private Ryan."
Oh my god, that's what these other countries should do. Is make all of our American horror hero movies make it from the other side. Yeah,
that would be funny.
Oh,
Indian cinema needs to do that because they do all those way over the top explosions and guys jumping off of helicopters and shit.
What was the Hacksaw Ridge? The one where
the Dirty Dozen.
The second Batman or second Spider-Man he doesn't want to carry a weapon.
Right.
And so he goes through the whole war saving people. What if the other movie is all these guys trying to shoot the one dude that doesn't have a gun? They just sit there, pew 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 pew.
I cannot kill him. What's this problem? Hit the man. He has no gun. Shoot the man. Has no gun. Pew, pew. I almost hit him that time.
You have the whole movie.
I shoot his friend and he goes and he helps him. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I feel like the funny version of Hacksaw Ridge is we see it as this heroic story for Hacksaw Ridge saves everybody without a gun, but you see it from the enemy's perspective and they're like, well, I'm not going to waste bullets shooting the guy without a gun. And so it's you find out that he actually wasn't even being shot at the entire time.
That would
the enemy was going
really
out of their
funny.
way to not shoot at him. Who cares about that guy? Kill the dude with the gun.
Kill the guy he's trying to help.
Yeah,
I shoot other guy. What the?
Yeah,
why
that
he
guy's
kill-
not gonna kill me. I'm gonna shoot at that guy.
Man, Stephen King's fucking list is
Yeah, it's
wild.
pretty bonkers. Like it's not even. It's a different weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Did we mention the Green Mile?
No.
'Cause that was fucking. That was money.
Not even close. Not even on this planet.
Does
not
he
even
get
same solar.
Does he get credit for Ready Player One, even though he didn't? I mean, like he kind of wrote like part of what was in the middle, but not really.
I'm not. He's got enough. Yeah, he's
I
got
feel
enough
like-
credit.
If he gets credit for that, then he would get credit for our show, and that's or technically your show, but
Right.
that's not fair.
Right. Yeah, he can't be. Yeah, because he's given us too much content. But these people, they've been everywhere in the world, and they could have been anywhere in the world. What the hell was that?
Man,
Take two.
Man.
I know what the fuck you just said, little kid. You're special. Reached out.
Hey, real cops,
Hey, real host.
real hosts. These, but for this episode, this edition of my show with Alex and Jake. Good night, universe.
The podcast.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks. And make sure you guys believe in Ted Lasso.